Ready? Larry's gonna get you. Look out the hill. Dude, now we gotta fight. How you doing, folks? Welcome to another edition of What If at Bug Out, Montana. I'm Jason, and this is Harry.
Hey, folks.
Today we have a new scenario for you. We're gonna look into the near future. A future where Hillary Clinton is our president.
Stop it! Stop it! You're gonna give me nightmares.
I know. It's a sad truth we may face someday, and guess what? Australian gun confiscation may happen. So, let's look at the future without guns. Very bad. Yes. So, we're going to look into we're going to look at primitive weapons. And today we got the spear. We have a katana. We have some throwing knives. And we have some tomahawks. First, let's look at some pros and cons here.
All right, well, let's start off with what I think is the weaker of all the weapons is going to be the knife. Now, if you break the knife down into its categories, it's going to be smaller. For those mall ninjas or those who are still living at home, they're going to say, but Harry, you can take that knife and you can throw it at your opponent. And you're going to stick it into him like watching some movie. Reality check, and I hate to be the one to break this one to you, but that's not how it works, okay? Your ability to throw a knife is one thing. Your ability to plant this knife into somebody's specific targeted areas is another thing. And along with that, you're throwing your weapon away. I mean, this weapon is used for close quarter combat. Use it for close quarter combat. Don't try to manipulate it into something that it's not. Because chances are, it's not going to work, and it's almost like taking a rifle that its sole purpose is for 200 yards, sneaking up on somebody and throwing it at them.
Yeah.
Just doesn't work out. So, those are my opinions, but we'll go ahead and test it. You can come up with your own opinions. So, what are your thoughts on the knife, Jason?
No, I think you're right. Obviously, any of these weapons are going to require training to be handy at them, and save the sword here. Everything you do throw away, for the most part. Spear you may retain, but yeah, the knives you're going to throw away. The pro here is concealability.
Oh, very good.
That's an important one. If you don't want to be seen or known, and you're trying to do the gray man thing, knives. Pack 10 of them in your wherever in your orifices.
Say what?
Any cons?
Cons, once again, it's going to be a close quarter weapon.
Yeah.
So if you are uncomfortable getting very close to somebody, or you just can't get close to somebody, this is not the way to go. Once again, concealment is amazing, and you can lose 100 of these, and you can make more of them, or you can come across them. So it's not like you're losing a large weapon. So that's the knives there. Let's move up. This here is a tomahawk. Now, tomahawk can be used for a lot of stuff. You're looking at a weapon that's heavier.
Yeah.
Most tomahawks, well, the traditional tomahawks would have a blunt back. It was used as a tool. But this one here, we're going to have, it's just a cheaper tomahawk. It's got the sharp back end on it.
You can have a hammer and, like you were talking about, a blunt end.
Yeah.
Great camp tool, great for building and construction. But as a weapon, we're talking about.
Yes, as a weapon. So we're looking at this as a weapon. It's got a nice strong face on it. Most of the tomahawks that are made for weapons are going to be thinner. They're not for splitting wood.
Yeah. So
they're going to be thinner, made to go into people. So let's look at, first of all, the visual effect of a tomahawk versus a knife, okay?
Wicked looking.
Yeah, so you come up on a guy, and he's a bad dude, and he pulls out a knife, and you pull out a tomahawk.
That's
immediately, yeah.
That's a close fight, but I'd still be more intimidated by that.
Oh boy, because you're thinking the thousands of different ways that this thing could just destroy your body. And so
for grappling and connecting with arms and legs. Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking you could take a couple sticks from the knife in the right place and you'd kill someone. But even if you just haul off and smack someone really hard on the arm, you're going to get their attention even if you miss.
It's not going to buff out either.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So we're talking about a heavier weapon's going to create more centrifugal force. It's going to create more force blunt force. It's just more full force altogether. So
not to mention the utilitarian aspect.
Yeah.
For building a shelter.
Mhm.
I mean, a knife is great, but this is much more usable.
You could still use this to chop down small trees to notch out wood to build a shelter faster than you would a knife. And if you had to, and you had a sharp enough tomahawk, you could use it to cut things and do things that you'd need to. So, yeah, absolutely. What about concealment, Jason?
It's pretty concealable, not as much as the knives, but it's awkward, it's gangly. You're going to have a loop on the side, and that's going to drop in, like your Viking usage, and that's probably about it. It's not terribly concealable, unless you can find some way to hide it in, behind your back or something. But and do you just do the one, or you have a pair of them? What are some cons, Harry? What do you think?
Some cons would have to be that concealment. You wouldn't be able to conceal it. People would probably know you have it. You could conceal it in your back and your pants, but then you wouldn't be getting to it anytime soon. It would be a very awkward way of getting to it, lifting up a coat, pulling it out, something like that. Another con I would say is it's not really, once again, it's not a distant weapon.
Yeah, it's not a good reach.
You're going to have to be close up. Now, let's talk about real quick using it as a foraging weapon. Maybe if you saw a rabbit over there, I would more likely throw a hatchet than a knife, just because you're looking at the rotation. It's about a foot and what?
Change.
Foot and 4 inches or so. And when it's spinning, your opportunities of contact are here, there, here. I mean, you're looking at this thing just going for it, and it can hook something a lot faster, and probably even if you didn't stick it, obviously, you could still maim it at least enough so you can get your hands on it. So that's kind of my 2 cents for that.
This has good ice application.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, sticking it to ice to hold on if you're climbing a mountain.
Yeah.
Covered in ice.
Yeah.
But yeah, popping a rabbit, that's a good way to do that. Putting it out of its misery.
Yeah. If there's something that we missed, let us know, because it's a tool. So all these things are tools. What you choose to use them for is on you. So the next one, let's go with the sword. So the sword, it has really one purpose. It is a weapon. All right. So
I could pick the meat out of my teeth.
Yeah.
So it's utilitarian too.
Yeah. This is one of those things where if you find a purpose for it and you can use it, go for it. But we're not all going to be combat ninja and pull this sword out and use it as a foraging item. I mean, it's made for one thing. It's for killing people, really. And once again, if someone had a knife and you pulled out a sword,
reach.
Game over. Yeah, you're looking at about 2.5 feet of sharpened steel versus this.
A knifeman's gonna chuck his knife's edge and then run, peeing himself.
Yes, anybody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do. But it's made for slashing, stabbing, all that kind of stuff. So this would be a very aggressive combat weapon. Once again, concealment.
Yeah.
You're not concealing this thing. Everybody's going to know you have it.
And as you can see, we'll be demoing it against a 1978 MRE, which will be very telling.
Yes, it's those 78 MREs are very durable.
Yeah.
So
especially the pork patties.
Yes, those are vicious. So let's see here. Pros and cons. I think we hit on it.
Concealability is poor. Reach, for close combat, you can't. This is probably the best length you want.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go with the more effective weapon. I think is going to be the spear.
Let's get this baby out.
And I'm going to go ahead and put this guy right here. So what we're looking at is about
6 foot.
6 foot.
A little over 6 foot. A little taller than a man. That's what you want.
So that 6 foot has just trumped our 2.5 foot sword.
Yeah.
Easy. All right. Once again, the spear has been around for very, 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 very long time, and it's still here. So what are some pros and cons?
Well, you get the best reach. You can use it as to beat people with, like a staff, and deflect, and you can defend well. Would you say it's as good as a shield to defend yourself with?
It definitely
With
has
training?
a reach. I mean, that's a lot of the scary part of this spear is you can reach out there and stick someone.
A one-handed weapon or two-handed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's very lethal. Throwing it, I mean, you get a lot of good kinetic energy in here. We'll show that to you here, what it looks like sticking into something. Cons?
You're not going to be concealing it. Yeah, you'll be walking with it. People will know you have it.
What? It's a good walking stick.
It is a very good walking stick. You know what I was thinking? This is a tricky part because the spear is obviously you're not concealing it. The sword, you're not concealing it.
Yeah.
But if someone's walking with a spear, it's less aggressive than someone walking with a sword, I think.
Yeah.
The spear is almost like, okay, you know what? I'm walking, I've got a sharpened end on it, but I'm using it for a purpose other than killing people right now. Whereas the sword, you pull that thing out or you have it with you, people immediately assume that this guy's a sword wielding junkie. So I think the ideals behind the two of them are going to be a little different. Well, you know what? We've talked them to death. Let's go out and see what they can actually do. We have a piece of board outside. I mean, at our secret facility.
Yes. You'll never know where it is.
My bad. Okay, so here we are outside on the testing grounds. What we're gonna do is chuck this tomahawk, some knives. We've got a sword we're gonna mess with. We have this spear, which I'm thinking is gonna cause the most amount of damage. And we have a heavier tomahawk here. We're gonna throw them in a piece of wood. That looks good. All right,
Let's see what we got.
So this is kind of interesting because we went ahead with two knives just because, you know, your chances of actually hitting what you're looking for.
That's great accuracy. No penetration all the way through, but...
No, we're going to go with this and find out what we got going on here. And I'm going to guess about an inch.
That's what she said.
Yeah, just shy of
About
an
an inch, yeah.
Now, soft flesh or your face.
Gosh, what a distraction, right? If you had to, first of all, the idea of throwing a weapon at anything, apart from a spear, is almost like taking a rifle and throwing it at someone and hoping it'll knock them out. Alright, let's go ahead and make a mark here.
No breakthrough, but that's a flat thing.
And this is the hammer. I mean, geez.
Yeah. You should try the other end.
The kinetic energy would be ridiculous. So it's right there.
So figure your sternum, and then double that at least.
Yeah, yeah, it's split you up.
Easy.
That's not cool. Let's try the backside.
Yeah. All right, go for it. Yeah, good enough.
All right, we're gonna mark this one. Obviously, you're looking at a smaller diameter going in. Yeah, we're looking at inch and a half.
Right there.
Yeah, inch and a half.
Right.
And with all that energy, it's gonna lock you up.
Yeah. Different than the spear, which is a straight kinetic energy. This is a centrifugal force kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's also spinning. So
Yeah.
you're looking at, I could hit there, I could hit there, I could hit, you know, coming around, even if it bounced off here, it would still hook you and hit you somehow if it caught you in the legs. So you're looking at what is this?
You're getting a more guaranteed hit with this than with the spear.
About 1.3 inches spinning at you at whatever direction may be. It's like almost throwing a beach ball at you, and your chances of hitting something is pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and measure this. This is from point to depth of wood here.
2 inches.
And we're looking at...
Almost just shy of 2.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it for 2 inches.
Okay.
So that's, you know, honestly, okay, here you are. You're not going to be stronger than wood, first. And second is I can almost guarantee if this were to go into any human body, yeah, it would. I'm Harry, this is Jason, this is Bug Out Montana. Please subscribe below and comment. Let us know what you guys are thinking. And we will see you next time. Peace out.
America.